am trying the Color Wow Extra Strength Dream Coat. In the history of me ever doing my own hair, I have never been able to wrap my hair. I wouldn't really wear my hair like this because I can't see. I feel like every time I get on this camera, my hair looks completely different. But today we are going to straighten it because I've been walking in the humidity, and the last time I did my hair, I finger coiled it, and it was cute the first 24 to 48 hours once it dries. And then it just becomes, to me, a bird's nest that isn't tamed. It's naughty. It needs to be combed. It's not manageable. And it ended up in just a high puff. Having my hair straight is more manageable for me. And I also think in the long run, it will help retain length. Because I did feel like those last few days with the finger coils, it just, like I said, was a bird nest. And it was dry, knotty. You couldn't run your fingers through it. And I could see that leading to breakage. So today I am trying the Color Wow Extra Strength Dream Coat to see if this will combat the humidity when it comes to keeping my hair straight during the summer months. It says it is a powerful anti-humidity spray for extremely dehydrated hair and curly, coily hair. Infuses porous hair with moisture, seals and humidity proofs, glassy, smooth, frizz-free results, and lasts 3 to 4 shampoos. So supposedly I should only have to use this time, and then I can skip using it the next 3 to 4 shampoos. It says to shampoo and condition, which I've already done. I did some towel drying, and it's just been sitting here drying while I was waiting on my memory card to clear. Divide into sections, spray each section liberally, comb through, and blow dry each section using tension. So the reason I'm sitting here trying to let it dry a little bit more is because I want to use my Revlon hair dryer, and you're not supposed to use that on drenching wet hair. It's supposed to be more of a styling tool, but I've tried to do the tension method and I just have not coordinated myself to be able to do that without getting frustrated. So I usually just use a comb blow dryer. I could see myself getting the Dyson Airwrap in the future. I love my Dyson Supersonic. It helps a lot with my kids' hair, and I would have said my hair too before I went back natural, but now I like the tension method. But the Revlon, every time I use the Revlon, I'm scared it's gonna spark flames and explode in front of me. But I'm getting ready to do that, and we'll see what the results are like. Happy July, everyone. It is officially my favorite month of the year, and I thought to celebrate I could open up in a voiceover a little bit just to give you a little bit more about who Jasmine Danielle is. So since I'm doing my hair in this video, I just wanted to do a history of my hair and how I got to this point of doing my own hair. I was born with a head full of hair, and before I turned 1 had a baby afro. My mom and my dad were my only hairstylists at this time. My mom would put my hair in ponytails. My dad would help her take down my styles, wash my hair. And when my cousin ended up getting stationed in Germany with us, she also started to help with doing my hair in braid styles. My mom would do the ponytails, the plaits, the curls, and my cousin would do the braid styles. And that was how I wore my hair from birth until 6. We moved to the States when I was 6, and my cousin that was stationed in Germany did not get orders to where we were stationed at here in the United States. So we were back to just my mom and my dad being my only stylist that touched my hair. So at this point, I do believe is when my mom decided to relax my hair, because when I asked her how old I was when she relaxed my hair the first time, she said she couldn't remember exactly when, but looking at pictures, I can tell that my texture is a little different. And she said the reason she ended up relaxing it was because it just made it easier to manage because my hair was extremely thick. So once we moved to the States, I started going to salons for the braid styles since my cousin was no longer available to us to braid my hair. My mom would do at-home relaxers, the Just For Me and the box relaxers, and we would go to the salon to, again, strictly just get the braid styles. And my mom would also do our trims. Once I got to middle school, that first year, my sixth grade year, my mom was still doing my hair, but I was becoming, a preteen. I didn't want the barrette styles, the ponytails. I wanted more curl styles, straightened styles. And she was waking up every morning before I went to school to curl my hair. And once I got to seventh grade, she told me before school started, you need to figure out how to do your own hair because I'm not waking up at the crack of dawn before I have to be at work and before you have to be at school to curl your hair every morning. So she did get me a vanity for my bedroom where I could sit and teach myself how to style my hair. She taught me how to wash and condition and make sure it's prepped before the styling process, but I taught myself how to blow dry my hair and flat iron my hair. And I've broken several tools, blow dryers, flat irons, combs, trying to style my thick hair. And over the years, during that period of middle school, I tried different creative styles that I loved. Now, let me mention this also. We were not allowed to wear weave in our hair. So, protective styles like box braids or twist, that wasn't something my sister and I were allowed to do. And I've never asked my parents, but I just assumed it was to protect our hair, being that we were still young and we also didn't know probably how to manage if we were to put those styles in our hair. But we were also not allowed to cut our hair because our dad just looked at our hair as our crown, and what need do we have to cut our hair was his thought process. Once I got to high school, it became a little bit harder for me to style my hair because I had started cheering and was sweating on a regular basis. In the summer months, we would start practice over the summer from July and would cheer football season through November. And in those hot summer months, it's really humid here in North Carolina, and we would still be working out outside, football games outside. And it was a struggle for me because the flat iron I was using, even without the sweat involved, wasn't hot enough to straighten my hair to the desired look that I liked. So just going into the workouts and the games, my hair was already in a poofy state. So to go cheer for an hour and a half in the humid weather, it would just poof up and be worse. And my first year, freshman year, I cheered on JV. So our football games were on Thursday nights, and most of the time our picture day would fall on the following Friday. So I would come home from a football game at maybe 9 o'clock at night, wash, blow dry my hair, and try to style it so that my picture day picture would be cute. And when I look back at my pictures from these days of styling my own hair, you can tell it was a struggle because it looked poofy to me. But throughout high school, my mom was still relaxing my hair, and we went to a few salons. I do remember going to a JC stylist, and there was also a stylist in a different salon here at our mall that started doing our hair in my later high school years, like junior, senior year. I started using a Chi flat iron after going to JC and that's what they were using. And the Chi flat iron was able to get to the heat that I desired for my hair. I also got my first haircut the week of graduation. My dad was overseas, and I asked my mom if I could get my first haircut, and I got it cut into a bob style. And that was just the beginning of me having fun with cuts and layers and different styles. because I did not stop cutting my hair at this point after that. Now, also during high school, I had different stylists outside of, like I said, the salons. My mom was doing my relaxers. My best friend in high school loved to do hair. She knew how to use a curling iron. She knew how to do different styles. So she would do my hair, but every time she would do it, she was like, bruh, you have so much hair on your head and it takes so long to do your hair. But high school was a fun time experimenting with my hair and doing different things. And it was probably the longest my hair has ever been. My hair, I do not believe, has ever gotten to the length of what it was prior to that first haircut.
Killing our family.
Okay. This is after blow dry, before a flat iron. Alright, so let's go in and flat iron now.
Mom, how many minutes?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hopefully 30.
Can I feel it?
My hair?
Feels soft.
Ooh, soft.
Okay, I'm sorry for messing it up. I just messed it up.
You didn't mess it up.
Yes, I did.
You didn't.
See, look right here.
I just got a comment. Look. Move it over.
Oh, well, can I get a Wild West bar?
What's a Wild West bar?
A chocolate bar.
Go ahead.
Well,
And get you a bottle of water.
this is in my room. Please?
No.
Yeah.
You tripping.
Well, one sec, I need to do some.
Where's his pain?
You want me to try to get in the same protocol that Kim Rose?
Yes.
Okay. Let me look into it and see what I can do.
Thank you.
Would you like to move the sickle cell treatment out into the community?
Yes.
Great. Just heard about a potential new patient for the protocol. Want to talk to the CEO of Biosense about it?
I know you have other bigger priorities today. But you can talk to him yourself if you want to. His name is Philip Bondman. He'll be arriving for the board meeting shortly.
I may not be the best person to chat up a pharma exec.
No, Conrad. He's one of the good guys. His company is a scrappy startup formed to bring cures to underserved populations at a reasonable price.
See, we're not the only ones trying to catch this busy woman on the fly.
Dr. Bell has a patient who needs a liver transplant. So do I.
And you've heard Chastain has an available organ. The intended recipient just died.
Roland Rollins, 69, already nearing our age cutoff, so if we wait longer, he's not going to qualify.
My patient Astrid, she's young, otherwise healthy, has her whole life ahead of her.
The transplant coordinator will figure out who gets it.
Well, we have a better idea. Astrid's liver is functioning, but kicking out misfolded proteins.
Yeah, I see where you're going. Any liver, even a damaged one, would help Bell's patient.
Exactly. Might even add years to his life.
So you're proposing a domino transplant?
The Color Wow spray does specifically say that if you're using a straightening iron, heat should not exceed 380 degrees Fahrenheit, 190 degrees Celsius. 390 degrees is not hot enough for this thick head. I tried it. It doesn't give me the results I like. So I have it set to 420. So I'm going to go in with my Tresemme heat protectant, which provides heat protection up to 450 degrees. And I'm going to do this. It's a leave-in spray, works with heat appliances before flat ironing. The last time I recorded me doing my hair when I was straightening it, I forgot this step, so maybe we'll get a better, like, sleeker look.
Lay your toes for me.
Good job, Mom.
Her cord compression is rapidly progressing. She's not going to Atlanta General. We need to decompress the spine in the OR now.
There's no time to get Dr. Tag over here or get him privileges even if he is available.
What do you want to do?
version available in one set right now.
Thanks for getting me out, Billy. I really needed some air. I was worried about you after our conversation last night. Is your son still texting you? No.
Once I graduated high school, I got to experience getting my hair braided with an African braider here in our local city that I styled with kinky twists, Senegalese, box braids. I got micro braids one time, and that was the experience that I realized why my dad never allowed us to get these styles when we were younger, because I did not know how to maintain the braid style, let alone take care of my hair underneath that style while it was in braids. And when I got the micro braids, they were falling out by the day, and I didn't understand why they were. So at that point, I had friends and coworkers that were familiar because they have been getting these styles for years, and they would help me and give the best advice to how to maintain these styles. But the micro braid experience scarred me. I've gotten micro braids once in my life, and I'm never doing that again. For one, it just took too long for my hair, and the takedown process was even longer because of how small the braids were. During this time in my early 20s, I also experimented with more cuts and layer styles when my hair would start breaking off, which I thought the reason my hair was breaking off was because that's just something that will eventually happen when you're constantly getting relaxers. But to find out, it actually was due to chronic stress in very toxic relationships. So fast forward to 2014, I big chopped for the first time to transition back to natural. I had a teeny weeny afro, and as my hair grew in the natural state, I had this assumption that my hair was going to be easier to maintain going natural, and that was not the case. My hair was already thick in a relaxed state, and once I went natural, it seems that it got about 4 to 5 times thicker. But I did enjoy being natural those early years. I had fun with DIY deep conditioners, treatments that I was making at home. I styled with wash and goes, 2-strand twists, and I also started sticking with box braids. I was going to Lois, that is Michael's aunt, and she was braiding my hair for me during this phase, which was also promoting growth with my natural hair, helping it grow. After Michael was born, I went to a salon to get a silk press that ended up being botched. And I say that because after having the style for about a month, when I went to wash my hair, it did not revert back to my afro, my curls whatsoever, not even close. And I thought at first maybe it just needs to take time to revert back, but I continued to wash my hair hoping that my curls would revert back at some point for a year, and they never reverted back. So I don't know if the stylist put a keratin treatment in my hair. My sister was convinced she probably put a relaxer in it without me knowing. But I ended up doing a second big chop and started over and went natural again. And that was fine until I realized I didn't have the time that it required to maintain my natural hair after having a third child. And I didn't like the way I looked walking around with a high puff and needing to actually put time into my hair as an adult. So in 2018, I decided to relax my hair again after being natural for 4 years. And I was relaxed from 2018 until 2021. My mom did my relaxer and I styled my hair. I wasn't going to any salon. If I felt like I needed a trim, I would trim it at home. And then if I wanted a cut, then I would go see my stylist for her to do the cut style that I desired. But in 2021, I was in an extremely toxic relationship yet again, that I experienced probably the highest levels of stress that I've ever experienced as an adult. And my hair was literally falling out from the scalp. It wasn't just breaking off, it was falling out in patches from my scalp. So once I removed myself from that toxic relationship, I wanted to just start over with my hair, and I cut it down to a pixie cut by practically shaving down my sides and my back and just having the top cut into a pixie style. And once that started to grow out, I realized I didn't want to continue putting relaxers on my hair. You know, we've got lawsuits now causing cancer, and I just didn't feel good about continuing to get a relaxer and what I was experiencing with relaxers. But I knew I wanted to continue to be a straight natural if I decided to go natural. In 2022, I did my third big chop myself here at home by just cutting out the relaxed hair from my pixie cut at the top to match the natural hair that had grown out on my sides and my back. And from April 2022 until January 2024, I styled my hair in finger coils because with the length of what my hair was in a TWA and a small afro, that was the easiest style for me. And the longer my hair got, the easier and the quicker it got at putting the finger coils in my hair. In January 2024, I decided I wanted to trim and style my hair and also get a silk press, because when I did the big chop, it was not even, but you couldn't tell as long as I was wearing the finger coil styles. So I decided to get a silk press, but I wanted to be sure that who I went to was very knowledgeable in natural hair, because I did not want to experience what I had in my earlier natural years with my hair not reverting. After watching several videos from Telly's business page, I loved her results that she got from doing her silk presses, but I was also more in love with how everyone's hair reverted back after she did their hair. And it was more of a skill and education that she taught her clients, not just let me get your hair as sleek as I can regardless of what the health of your hair is. And I went to her for a few months. January to April I was getting my silk presses, and since quitting my job, I've just removed that luxury from my budget for the time being. But it was definitely a form of self-care for me, for someone else to wash and style my hair, and I felt very confident in my silk press styles. And so during this time of unemployment, I am just trying to learn how to achieve that look at home with my own products and me being my own stylist, and still maintaining the health of my hair, the growth of my hair, and feeling confident in how my hair looks after I finish styling it, and being able to maintain it through the summer months without it poofing up 2 days after doing my hair. And again, just falling in love with doing my hair without frustration, continuing to allow my hair to grow without breakage, and just doing the best that I can and feeling the best that I can. I really hope you enjoyed this voiceover and getting to know a little more about me, and I have had fun recording it and telling you more about myself, and there might be more to come in later videos. Just make sure you stay tuned, subscribe so you don't miss it.
No electrolyte abnormalities to explain the detail.
Tox reports are negative.
Daddy, I don't feel good.
Oh, I'm here. I'm right here. What's wrong?
Daddy.
These are the final results, and I'm in love. It definitely is a lot more silkier than the last time I did my hair, but the true test will be how it holds up with the humidity.
You recorded a video?
Alright, so this is the final results. I came to my living room window so you can get better lighting. But these are the final results, and I love them. And there's Michael. Stop it. So I'll keep you guys updated with how it holds up in the humidity. I live in North Carolina. It is very humid every day, and I'm really interested to see, is this gonna poof up or stay tamed? So stay tuned. In the history of me ever doing my own hair, I have never been able to wrap my hair. When I do it at home, it's not silky enough for me to wrap up, but I've been able to wrap my hair. And this is day 2. I did my hair Monday, and today is Wednesday, so I'm about to comb it down so you guys can see it before I go back out the house and before I go walk. And I'll have to do a humidity check in with y'all to see what and how my hair looked after I did my walk this evening. So I'm getting ready to take the bonnet off, the wrap off. I usually wear a bonnet, it's back there, but I'll put this wrap on and I put a bonnet on just to secure the wrap while I sleep, because I'm a wild sleeper. So using my wide tooth comb, and we're just going to comb it down. At your best, you are love. Let me know. Let me know when I feel what I feel. I'm just still in awe that this is something I formulated here at the house. Like, I did not go to a beautician to get this done. I wouldn't really wear my hair like this because I can't see. Like, I would probably wear it a little bit of swoop, but this is day 2. I did my hair Monday. Today's Wednesday, and this is after 2 nights in 2 days. And I have not walked since doing my hair Monday, but I'm going for a walk today, and we're gonna see how she do. This is my hair pre-walk. I have in my Buff Bunny scrunchie. I don't know if you can see it, but this is the before the walk. I don't know how many miles I'm doing yet. I'll let you know once I finish, because it's kind of playing it by ear, because it's 6:35. The sun is going to be up another 2 hours, and I don't know how long I'm going to walk. I'm going to shoot for 4 to 5 miles, being that it's the 3rd and I haven't walked at all in July. But I will check back with you after I finish walking so you can see how my hair holds up in North Carolina heat. It is currently 87 degrees. I brought a hat, but I don't know if I want to put that on because I feel like that's just going to create more heat on my scalp. So I brought it with me. I'll see if I put it on or not. But again, pre-walk hair. I'm back home, and I walked 5 miles in 80 to 85 degree weather. It took me about an hour and 40 minutes maybe. I'll put the screenshot from my Apple activity on the screen, but I know I was for sure out there for an hour and a half walking 5 miles, and the humidity percentage was about 61 to 63%. And I did wear a hat at the beginning of my walk because I wanted to block the sun, because I knew I was going to be out there for at least 4 miles, which is about an hour at least of walking, and I didn't want the sun beating directly on my face. So I did wear the hat. I probably wore it for 2 miles and then I took it off because I just could feel the heat underneath and on my scalp, and I didn't want it to cause my hair to sweat more. So I did take the hat off, but it looks the same. Let me take my scrunchie out and see how it looks. I think it still looks good. Maybe some of the curls, I don't know. I'm just gonna wrap it and take a shower. But overall, I do think the Color Wow Extra Strength spray works phenomenal with the North Carolina humidity, and I think it works better on my hair texture than the regular Color Wow spray, because I've used that one before and I felt like it didn't do anything for me, and the Extra Strength works better on my hair type. So I will continue to do hair videos just to also document the growth, because I'm gonna post a picture. My hair, when I got my first blowout with Telly, was up to here, like it hit here, and now it's coming down on my shoulders. But like I said, I'll put the comparison picture up here. But thank you for watching. If you have been thinking and contemplating on getting the Color Wow Extra Strength for your natural curly hair, I say go for that versus the regular Color Wow spray, because it just, to me, gives a more sleeker, silkier, silk press look, and it also holds up well with the humidity.